So the final element of this methodology is probably one of the most important, but the most overlooked areas of marketing in general. And this is not just inbound marketing, this is marketing period. This step that I'm talking about is analyze. A lot of times, small business owners, myself included, get really gung-ho and happy and excited about all of the things that we're doing with our marketing. I call it a state of marketing euphoria. You know, it's really easy to get caught up in the creative side of things, and as you start doing inbound marketing, it's going to be easy to get caught up in all of the wonderful interest that your campaigns are going to start to generate. But what about measuring, and what about analyzing the results that you get? This area is just as important, and it involves three major components. We're going to discuss those components today. The first is setting yourself up for success. The second is grading your leads. And the third is grading your website elements, or your web elements in general, and your content. So first, set yourself up for success. Start with the end in mind. Go ahead and develop those parameters about what information you want to capture and how it is that you want to use it. Start with understanding the data that you want to collect. There are 4 different things that you should set up immediately, regardless of what data you want to collect. Set up first your website analytics to get data about your web traffic. Also, set up a listening dashboard so that you can hear what's being said about you, and so that you know when you're being talked about. Third thing is to add a share this button to your content and track how things are actually being shared. And the fourth thing is to set up a form database. Determine what data it is that you want to collect, and what fields you want to include on the forms. Just start with the end in mind, and as you lay the foundation for your analytical efforts, your needs are going to likely change along the way. But this at least gives you a great starting point, a great baseline to work with. So once you've started to gather your intel, the second stage of analyzing involves actually grading your leads. When it comes to leads, the amount of leads that you get is important. You want to increase the inflow of leads as much as possible. But what's equally as important is the quality of leads. It's not just about quantity, it's also about quality. In addition to asking the question, how many leads did I get, or how many leads did I increase, there are a lot of other questions that you'll want to ask to determine the quality of your leads. Specifically, some of those questions are, where are the majority of my leads coming from? You know, what's the referral source? Are they coming from search engines? Are they coming from an email campaign? Are they coming from Facebook or Twitter? And once the leads get here, the next question that you'll want to ask is, what pages do they visit? How long are they spending on each one of those pages? If you have multiple conversion campaigns, you need to ask which calls to action seem to be the most effective and seems to appeal to your audience the best. And how well are each one of those special offers and landing pages actually doing? And then the final thing well, not final thing, but the last thing I'm going to mention is that you want to ask the question, how many leads did I convert? How long does it take me to actually close them? Those are just some of the questions that you should ask when you grade your leads. You're going to have to create your own calculation based off of what is important to you. You've defined parameters in the first step. Create your own calculation. And as you do, you're going to use the results in a few ways. One, you're going to understand what your best referral sources are and where to focus on. 2, you want to identify areas that need improvement and need tweaking. And 3, you're going to be able to kind of backward engineer your actual sales and determine how exactly they flowed through your sales process, so you gain an understanding of exactly what buyers are thinking as they go through the attention, permission, trust stages and break through those barriers. So the second, after you're grading your leads, the third thing that you should focus on is grading the quality of your website elements and of your content. A lot of the information that you'll gain here as a result of grading it will be qualitative in nature, but it will be super valuable in helping to determine what's working and what isn't working and what type of content that you need to develop in the future. So some of the questions that you'll ask are, how am I doing on social platforms? You know, am I gaining new followers, gaining new connections, gaining more friends, or am I getting more likes? What type of content do my visitors seem to be interested in? You know, what do they enjoy? Do they prefer my blog posts? Do they like longer blog posts, or do they like shorter ones? Do they prefer quick tips, or do they prefer how-to articles? Are videos and images an effective way to communicate with them? Are they working really well? Another thing that you'll ask yourself is, what are they talking about on these social media networks? What type of topics are most popular? What type of things do they seem to be interested in? Are they responding and commenting? And if they are responding and commenting, what type of questions are they asking? And then also, are they sharing your content? Okay, if they are, which information gets shared the most? So the goal really with these questions is to learn more about your targets and more about their needs, and to better really, you want to know more about their needs than they know about their own needs. You need to have a clear understanding of who your prospect is, and then only then can you develop content that meets their needs. And when you're able to do that, the magnetic forces of your website become so much more stronger, and you're also going to be able to feel when their tastes or their behaviors start to change. So set yourself up for success, grade your leads, and grade your web elements and content. Those three things, those are the three major components of the analyze stage. And as you experience success with your inbound marketing efforts, and there's no doubt that you will, do not ignore this very important stage. It cannot be ignored.